Honorable President Lenaerts, Honorable General Prosecutor, Presidents, Vice Presidents, judges, their colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to express my gratitude to Professor Koen Lenaerts, President of the Court of Justice of the European Union, for accepting our invitation and honoring us with his presence. It is not the first time when President Lenaerts visits us again. After his visit to the Kúria of Hungary in 2017 and 2019. This confirms the existence of a lively professional dialogue between the two institutions, the Court of Justice of the European Union and the Kúria of Hungary, which is also based on personal contacts. Furthermore, I would also like to welcome all our distinguished guests and my dear colleagues, presidents and vice presidents of the regional appellate courts and high courts of Hungary, and judges of the Kúria, senior judicial advisors, and all my colleagues. Hungary joined the European Union 20 years ago on 1st of May 2004. For Hungarian judges, this accession meant and means that in addition to the relevant national legislation, we also have to apply the European law where this is necessary. In doing so, national courts must respect the relationship between the EU law and national law and the conditions for the application of the European law, such as the principle of primacy in the case of collision and direct effect of the European law. At the same time, we must also be able to take into consideration the specificities of our constitutional identity. In this context, the most important institution is the preliminary ruling procedure provided for in Article 267 of the Treaty on the Functioning of the European Union. Among the judges of the member states that acceded in 2004 or afterwards, a large number of requests for preliminary ruling were by far referred by Hungarian ordinary court judges to the European Court of Justice. This procedure is of particular significance for the Kúria of Hungary, since the latter, being an ultimate instance court, it's always obliged to refer a question of EU law to the European Court of Justice for preliminary ruling, unless the resolution of the question of law does not affect the outcome of the dispute or the chill-fit consortio conditions are observed. One of the most recent requests for preliminary ruling submitted by a Kúria judge present in this room is currently pending before the European Court under case number C-630 of 2023, the Axfina, Hungary, the main proceedings being related to consumer protection issues in foreign currency consumer contracts. In order to ensure that EU law is properly and uniformly applied by national courts, it is essential to continue and deepen the substantive dialogue between the European Court of Justice and national courts. For this reason, the former president of the Kúria, Dr. Péter Darák, set up an analyzing group entitled The Application of European Union Law, Experiences Gained from Preliminary Ruling Procedures. This was the title of the group. And the working group adopted a summary opinion 10 years ago, in 2014. Another jurisprudence analysis is currently ongoing in the very same field, and the new working group summary opinion will be published on the Kúria's website in the near future because it's finished. However, beyond the preliminary ruling procedure, all forums, including today's conference, are important as opportunities for the judges of the European Court of Justice and the judges of the member states to meet and discuss informally. All these forums are extremely helpful. In addition to the 20th anniversary of Hungary's accession to the European Union, there is another anniversary having a great significance for us. Last year, in 2023, the Kúria celebrated its 300th anniversary as permanently functioning Supreme Ordinary Court of Hungary. The main task of the Kúria, which has been operating for 300 years at least, is to ensure the uniformity of the court's case law. Today, we also have to do it in accordance with the fundamental law of Hungary. The Kúria has an exclusive intermediary role between the other three superior courts, namely the Constitutional Court of Hungary, the European Court of Justice, and the European Court of Human Rights on one hand, and the national courts of general jurisdiction on the other. In this role, we must balance the external judicial influences and serve as an internal benchmark for the other courts. The Kúria takes this role seriously. Yes, we take this role of ensuring uniform application of both European and Hungarian laws seriously because this expectation is important from our internal point of view of a dialogue among courts. But is even more important, indeed, crucial from the point of view of the parties and their legal representatives. When an individual or a company is about to file a lawsuit and is considering the chances of winning it, the legal advice cannot be that everything depends on which court or judicial panel the case goes on. Uniform application of both European and national law by the Supreme Judicial Forum is not more and not less than the core of legal certainty, the rule of law. It is therefore a great honor for us to have the opportunity to change views about these decisive questions with President Lenaerts again. I kindly ask you, Mr. President, to deliver your address on the cooperation between the European Court and the Kúria of Hungary.